You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello there, and welcome to episode 272 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Soul Forge. I'm your host, Sean. Welcome to the year 2023. Hope you're all doing very well. And today, I have a special guest. You've heard her before. You're excited by her return appearance. Why don't you introduce yourself again?
Why do I gotta introduce myself? You're the host.
I am the host with the most, and this is our friend Krista. She's been here a few times before, and guess what? She's the first co-host of the year.
Yay, me!
That's awesome. That's one of the best things of the year. You get to start it off right as part of Soul Forge podcast.
Woohoo!
How do you feel about this?
Very excited.
How excited were you for the year 2022, Krista?
Not so much.
Not so much, which is kind of unfortunate because the whole idea for this week's topic were some of the best things that happened in 2022. And why, may you ask? Is that the topic to start off the year? Well, because I was reading the New York Times email that I get every day for some reason. I don't even know why I get it, but I do. And I was reading it, and there was a picture, which is the episode art for this week's episode. And it's a guy putting a cassette tape in some kind of machine to play a cassette. What do you call those? A cassette player?
Yeah.
Yes. And it says there, written on it, best of 2022. I'm like, well, I guess that's my topic for the first of the year.
So you stole your topic from the New York Times.
I steal my topics from wherever I can get them. Because after 200 and some episodes, I'm running out of ideas.
And my bright idea was to say, hey, come down and we'll do a podcast.
Yeah, where are we right now?
We're at Amore, FYP.
FYP?
FYP, that stands for For Your Pleasure.
Oh, but it's not a sex shop.
It is not a sex shop.
It is a...
adult store.
It's an adult store.
There's a difference.
There's a difference for sure.
Yes, we don't sell sex.
No. I hope not.
No, we get in a lot of trouble for things like that.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. And actually, the owner of this store is supposed to start up her own podcast with me eventually.
Wow.
Or...
She is so busy.
She's a busy lady.
She is an incredibly busy lady. If anybody needed a personal assistant, it's G.
Yeah, because we had this idea, at least 6 months ago.
Yeah, so I would venture that it's probably going to be easier to convince her to be a regular co-host.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll have to figure something out, but that's for future Sean to worry about.
Yes.
So some of the best things of 2022. You don't have very many.
No.
But you did get this job.
I did get this job, and it's the best job I've ever had with the best boss. So that's a huge one.
That is gigantic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the best things, I was trying to think of what were some of the best books that came out this year, the best movies, the best TV shows. I don't really know. But one of the best things that happened to me this year was after almost 20 years of trying to decide if I was going to leave Timmins or not, I finally made that choice.
You know, you mentioned that in a lot of your podcasts.
I know. I was thinking about that when I was doing, finger quotes, research for this episode. And I was thinking about previous episodes, and I'm like, I talked a lot about that on a lot of episodes.
You did, and you still do.
Yeah.
Because I was just listening to some of your podcasts, and you talked about it again.
Right.
And those are the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
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 So apparently you're really into this moving to the Sioux thing.
Yeah. Because I thought about it for years, decades even. Because Timmins was the land that culture forgot, and I hated it every minute.
Well, I mean...
But I was scared.
Sioux
I was
is
scared.
not that much better.
The Sioux is so much better.
Okay. Well, I've never lived in Timmins, so I'll take your word for it.
And I would not recommend it.
I visited it.
That was enough.
Yeah, I was there for a week. It seemed very much like the Sioux.
It can be in certain ways, but it's like a negative sinkhole of cosmic negativity in your mind.
Funny you mentioned sinkholes, because as we rolled into town, there was this ginormous sinkhole that we had to drive by where they apparently lost a dump truck.
That's pretty common. Yeah. So, like I said, I moved here in April of 2022, and it was the best thing I ever did. I was up there for 19 years and a week.
And you hated it.
I did.
Yep.
Yep. But it took me forever to actually have the balls and the nerve to actually make the decision to leave.
Well, see, it took you meeting me, because I'm pushy.
Oh, you're going to take claim?
I'm going to take part of the claim. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because, like, I can't even count how many conversations we had where I was like, just come back to the zoo!
That is true. That is true. Well, I think it was the super depression that actually...
Yeah, when you came up
Kept
for
me.
a trip in February and you never make a trip in winter because that highway is awful, that was like...
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were still, like, questioning it at that point. I remember telling you, like, you just made the trip in the dead of winter. Like, obviously, you're not happy.
No, and when Curtis, my brother, invited me, he knew something was wrong because...
Because you agreed.
And I never take that trip. But he could tell by my Facebook posts that there was something wrong. And there was.
Yep, so you came.
Yeah, I did.
And then you moved back
Yeah.
right shortly after that.
Yeah, because I put in my transfer with the post office, and I expected, maybe 6 months to a year. And like a month later, they said, come on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man, I don't know if I'm ready.
Yeah,
But
you were like, bang, here.
I did it. And
Life has been good since.
it's been fantastic. Yeah, because I moved in with my brother Curtis, reconnected with some friends. We built a stronger friendship, you and I.
We did, because we had barely even met,
Yes.
technically.
We'd met a few times when I came back, but we talked a lot over text and whatever. But no, this is good.
And your relationship with Bishop is actually better now.
Yes, now that I'm out of town.
Now that you're like 8 hours away.
Yeah, well, 6, but yeah.
Whatever.
My son and I talk actually more when he remembers his phone.
When he remembers his phone, yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed really engaged when he was up here in the summer.
Yes,
And he stayed here longer than he needed to.
he was going to stay for 2 weeks, but he stayed for 3.
So,
And he would have stayed longer if school wasn't starting.
right, school was an issue, and he did seem to be having fun.
Yes.
So, I don't see a downside to you moving here.
There hasn't been one thing that I've missed about Timmins except for my people and my family. But the town itself, my job there, no. Same job here. A little bit different the way they have things set up.
Yeah.
But for the first couple months when I moved back, I was like, I feel like I'm on vacation. I'm on like a working vacation. It didn't feel like work,
Good.
which is weird.
I heard you mention in a podcast I listened to earlier today about how you're not as sore here, even though you're doing the same job.
Right, that's true. Like when I was up there, I needed a massage like all the time.
I remember you saying that when you were there.
And I've been here, well, whatever, it's 8-9 months, whatever it is, and I haven't had one yet. I keep meaning to look for a masseuse, though, because they just feel good.
Well, yeah.
And I have benefits to cover it, so why not?
Why not? Yeah.
'Cause I'm cheap
But
and
you're
not
not in
gonna-
extreme need, whereas before it was like as fast as you could get one.
It was brutal
Yeah.
all the time. I would have taken a massage every single day. So let's talk about other good things that happened to you this year.
Oh, that happened to me. Okay, we covered the job. I moved out with my roommates.
And you lived by yourself for the first time in how long? Years?
Well, I mean, I had my kid with me, so it like that kind of counts, kind of doesn't.
It counts.
It's like
You didn't live on your own
yeah, no. So
forever.
for completely and totally on my own, it's been 22 years.
There you go. And it's been since the summer?
Yeah,
So about 6 or 8 months? 6, 7
yeah,
months?
about 6 months now.
How do you feel? Do you love
Oh,
it?
I love it.
You have your own space?
I do. I just texted my friend today and I said, you know what's the best thing about living by yourself? And he said, what? He said, walking across your entire apartment butt naked on your way to the shower.
Because you can. You can do
'Cause you
whatever the
can.
hell you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was jealous.
I guess so.
He's got like, 1, 2, 3, 4 children
Oh,
at the moment. I mean, they're all teens and older and whatnot, but
you're not going to be walking in...
no,
No,
not with 4 kids in the house.
No. So you got a great job.
I do. I have a pretty good job.
You have your own place.
It's expensive for one person, but whatever.
Well,
I'm making it work.
Everything's expensive. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Your car's running.
Barely, but
You can hear it down the street, mind you, but it's running.
Definitely hear me coming.
You're paying your bills.
Yup.
Things are good with your boyfriend.
Actually, yeah, things have been getting slowly better. So,
Better.
Yeah, progress is being made there.
So 2022 has been very good for you.
Oh, yeah. Except for, the 6 months I spent sick.
Well, sure, there was that.
Right? COVID sucked. The flu sucked.
Yeah, because you had a string of sicknesses back to back.
I did. I got COVID, and then I was better for like 2 weeks. I got the flu, and then again I was better for like 2 weeks, and I got a sinus infection, and I just got over a cold. But at least it's getting a lesser sickness every time.
Right, see, so that's a positivity. See, things are really looking up for you. That's great.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Yes. So that's fantastic. I was trying to think of awesome things that came out in the last year. But before we do that, let's play a promo for another podcast right here on the ESO Network. What do you say?
Okay.
Check out the Modern Musicology podcast, where each week we talk about things like
what makes a great drummer,
our favorite rock documentaries,
songs we love by artists we don't love,
our favorite concert memories,
songs that should have been singles,
and all of our favorite music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and now.
Do not use Modern Musicology if you're allergic to it. Modern Musicology may produce itching, dizziness, vertigo, temporary blindness, or heart palpitations. Do not taunt Modern Musicology.
Ask your doctor about switching to Modern Musicology.
And what did you think of that promo?
Oh my god, it was amazing. I have to go check that out right away.
Right?
As soon as we're done doing this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because they're awesome. You're getting really good at that.
I know, right? It's so fake.
I don't even know what the promo is yet.
Nope.
Because I haven't edited it.
And you know what?
I didn't look it up yet.
Whatever it is, I'm still not going to go check it out.
No, I know.
No.
Because you never do. You
I
barely
never do.
listen to this one.
Right?
So. But that's okay.
It's okay, I take you into the shower now.
Yeah.
I ran out of audiobooks.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that.
I don't know. Your girlfriend seems to be okay with it, so...
My what?
Your girlfriend.
Who's that?
Melissa.
Oh, yes. That's something that I haven't mentioned on the podcast before.
Oh!
Yes.
Oops!
That's okay.
Cat's out of the bag!
It is. It is. That's another one of the best things that happened to me in 2022.
That's twice now I've done that to you.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, we don't tell Krista secrets.
Well, it wasn't really a secret. It's just something that I didn't mention on the podcast yet.
Well, congratulations, you have a girlfriend.
Oh, thanks.
La.
Yeah. Who I've known since high school.
Yes.
And we've been really good friends for the last 15 years.
Yes.
Yes. And then I moved back, and a few months later,
Ta-da.
we weren't just friends anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, suddenly you were all like smiles and not texting me, and I was like, what's going on?
Things and stuff.
Yeah, things and stuff.
Yeah. And it's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's good. And my brothers are waiting for it to fail because of my track record. But I told them it's not going to.
Have they met her?
Yeah.
Like, for an extended period?
I'd say so.
Did I not realize she's awesome?
Yeah, I think they realize it.
Like,
I don't think they think I'm awesome.
when I wasn't kidding when I first met her, and I said if I swung that way, I would totally be giving you a run for your money, because like, she's pretty awesome.
She's fantastic.
Yeah, like, she makes me wish I swung that way. She's pretty freaking fantastic.
She really is. Yes. She's beautiful. She's smart. She knows how to do things.
Like what things?
Well,
Not in the bedroom. We don't need to know about
I
that.
wasn't going to say that. She's musical.
Oh, right. I saw her guitar.
Yeah, and she was over. We were visiting her mom today, and she was playing the piano.
Nice.
Yeah, and she's all into woodworking, and she can build things.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh my god, she sounds like my perfect girlfriend.
and she can back up a car like nobody's business.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why did I let you keep her?
Huh.
Man, I should be swinging that way and go steal her.
Yeah, there
She's
you go.
freaking amazing.
She's friggin' amazing.
Yep.
And after the string of mediocre relationships I've had over the last few years,
Few years.
decades, this is this is pretty good. So, yeah, so that's one of the best things that happened to me in 2022.
That's one of them.
Yes.
There's more.
There is. We recently moved in together.
You did.
We did. And that is awesome.
And how did you go about doing that?
We just decided.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because, you were living with your brother,
I was.
and she was in a house that was kind of small.
Yeah.
So what happened there?
We decided that we were going to combine our lives together. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what did you do?
We moved in together.
Yeah?
And that's good enough.
That's good enough?
That's good enough right there.
Okay.
Yes. And it's a nice house that we've acquired. Oh, and there goes the sirens.
Yeah, well, we're in that end of town.
Yes. So anyway, yeah, it's a very nice house.
It is.
Yes.
It is a beautiful house.
And it's very close to work.
It is.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of the town. It's close to everything. Nothing's far now.
Nope. And it's in a very nice neighborhood.
It is. It is. It's quiet there. Yep. And it's a big house, and it suits all our needs. And actually, was it yesterday? Maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. I finally emptied some of my toy totes that I've been hauling around for 2 decades. Mm-hmm. And I actually get to see the things that I have because I have space.
Did you find things that you forgot you had?
Maybe. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right.
Like, I haven't looked through all the totes yet, but I've actually emptied them and put them in the basement. So my stuff is out, which it hasn't been in forever since I got it from the store, pretty much, because I've never had the space. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's one of the most amazing
Now, for clarification, you didn't put the toys in the basement.
No, the empty totes are in the basement. Yes. Oh, and Melissa and I recently started watching The Umbrella Academy, and we've been enjoying that.
Oh, I can't jump on that with you. I hated that show.
Did you?
I did.
I didn't think I was going to like it, but
It was gonna be good, but like it's so drawn out for me. I can't do that long drawn out drama.
no.
No, it just bores the crap out of me.
Oh,
I did start watching Wednesday.
how is that?
Oh, well, I accidentally binge watched the whole thing. I've got 1 episode left.
Okay.
So I guess I like it.
So that's one of the best things of 2022. Mm-hmm. I watched The Last Kingdom. It's a 5-episode thing about Uhtred the Bold or something from
I remember that.
800s, 900s. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. I binged all 5 seasons in like 3 weeks.
Right?
It was so good.
Did you find yourself walking around the house talking like him?
Not quite.
I did.
No.
Yep, for like a good month after I watched that show, I was talking like him.
Yeah, I can believe it. It was so good. Highly recommend The Last Kingdom to all of our listeners.
Right? I actually should go back and binge that again. That was really awesome.
One of the best movies of the year was Everything Everywhere All at Once with Michelle Yeoh.
Never heard of it.
It's about alternate realities, and she jumps in to different versions of herself, acquires their powers if she needs them. It's called one of the best movies of the year. I didn't actually like it as much as I wanted to.
Kind of sounds like a ripoff of the Spider-Verse.
It was. I could see it was almost. You ever seen The One with Jet Li?
No.
Oh, that's so good. That's from like the year 2000 or something. It was similar things.
Not a huge Jet Li fan.
Well,
Actually, I'm not a Jet Li fan at all. I'm sorry.
don't be sorry.
Yeah. Jackie Chan, though. Give me Jackie Chan any day.
Jackie Chan. Yes, of course. One of the best books of the year that I acquired, which I haven't read yet, is called The Dawn of Everything. I don't know what it's about, but it was highly recommended of something that I had read.
Oh, because you actually read like books.
Yeah,
I don't read books.
I got Melissa to start reading *Sapiens* by Noah Yuval Harari, and that was one of the best books I read a couple of years ago. So I highly recommend that. And
My boyfriend tries to recommend books too. They just sit on my shelf until he comes takes them away.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I got my books on my phone.
Oh, I read my first Terry Pratchett book this past year.
Why do I know that name?
He's got the Discworld series.
Oh, that's why I know that name.
That's why. And our good friend Amanda actually introduced me to him, and she bought me a book called Going Postal. Since I'm a mailman, she thought that was appropriate.
Gee, I wonder.
And I read it, and it was actually pretty good. It took me a long time to read it, but it was enjoyable. Yeah.
When you were all like depressed and upset and everything before you moved here, and you came for that visit, did we super miss an extreme opportunity to say you were going postal?
Probably.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. What were we
Such
thinking?
a missed opportunity.
I know.
Oh, this is so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to go back in time and slap myself now.
Well, if...
Get angry over something, would you, so I can say it?
Okay, I'll do my best.
Okay.
Yeah. But now it's the year 2023.
Yes.
And you know what that means. You get to be the first guest in 2024 to talk about all the good things that happened in 2023.
Oh, God.
So start making a list.
Okay.
Actually, in fact, Melissa and I did that yesterday. We started a gratitude jar or a awesome things that happened jar.
Okay.
You know, you write down what happened, you put it in paper, and then the next New Year's, you open it up and see what happened that year.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was reading about an idea where a couple will write down just things that made them happy about each other.
That's
you
a
know,
good
a
idea.
cute thing that happened, or somebody said something, or did something, or whatever, and put it in the jar. And then when you're upset, you start reading through the jar.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I thought about that.
That's smart.
It sounds like a super cute idea, but like, am I going to stick with it and do that?
No, probably not.
No, probably
No.
not.
There are lots of good ideas, but follow through is not easy.
No, I have no follow through with things like that.
No. What else happened that was good this year?
It ended.
Well, yeah, this past year. I don't mean this year because we're actually in 23 now, not 22.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're talking about 22.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's over.
it is over.
That's great.
You're happy about that?
So happy about. You know what? Never in my life have I ever had a year where I went, it's just a bad year. I've seen people do that all the time. I've never had that happen. But it was a bad bloody year for me.
For you, yeah, lots of bad things happened.
It really did. So yeah, I'm kind of glad it's over.
And for me, it was the most change I've ever had in my entire life. Mm-hmm. And when
And you were super scared of that.
that was the hardest decision I ever made. Well, it took me 18 years to do it. So.
Yeah.
And I have no regrets. Zero. Best
Good.
thing I ever did.
Good. Yeah, I remember you sitting on my couch when you came back and you were not in good shape.
No.
No.
That previous relationship was very toxic to me.
I mean, so was the place you were living, just in general.
Yeah. Timmins as a whole was just a whole.
Yeah.
So,
I'm really glad you came back.
me too. And Bishop, when he came for the summer and he met Melissa, they bonded like so well.
Nice.
He's never done that with any of my girlfriends.
Damn.
She liked him as much as he liked her.
That's great.
Yeah. Like, it was fantastic.
Do you remember what I said about Bishop when I saw him in one of your TikToks?
No.
He said that if you watch him,
Oh, yes.
that he's always looking down or away and he's never looking at the camera and he seems shy and put down. But when you said, "I love you, son," and he said, "I love you, Dad," he looked up at the camera, big wide eyes, and it was very genuine. And that was the only time he actually looked up at the camera. And I thought that was awesome because he's a teenage boy.
Yes.
To have that connection with his dad, that's huge.
It is. It is. Yeah, and I always worry that our connection isn't strong enough, but his mom always says, no, he loves you.
Well, he just spent 4 weeks with you, so if he was going to lash out, that would have been at the time.
And he can't wait to see me again. We've been talking over Christmas, and he's been sending me silly jokes and stuff like that. So
And that's a smart boy you got there.
he's friggin' brilliant.
Like, he sat there and conversed with my man, and my man's, like, he's kind of higher on the intelligence scale.
Yeah.
You know, puts me to shame some days, whatever. But he sat there and just full-on conversed with Jay for hours.
Oh yeah, if he's in the right zone and he knows what he's talking about, definitely.
Yeah, I was really surprised, because most people are really put off by Jay.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they became best friends.
And they did, like, instantly.
Right. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's good. He loves it in the Sioux, so I'm sure he'll be back next summer. And
Yeah,
as-
we might see a move happen.
you never know. And as soon as the weather changes, I'm going up to see him. So. Yeah.
Yeah, he better come back next summer.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
He was a cool kid. And I don't even like kids.
I know you don't.
I really don't.
I'm not the biggest fan either. But, so yeah. So that's pretty much what happened in the year 2022. Is there anything else you can think of that happened that we should talk about?
Oh,
Like any political things? Any?
oh God, do we have to talk about politics? Let's not.
No, we don't. We don't have to do anything.
No, we never do that. That's
No.
bad. Talk about that with somebody else.
I actually don't know anything about politics.
Oh, okay.
So
Trump's not here.
Trump's not here, and Russia didn't obliterate Ukraine, so that's pretty awesome.
They didn't.
And there hasn't.
It really did look like it was going that way.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, they've been holding their own.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, if just Putin would have a heart attack or something, we'd be all set.
Right. Right. An assassination needs to happen. But I mean, I said the same about Trump, and he's still breathing. So
That's true. That's true. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, no, we're all in good moods. We're looking forward to this new year. And
what did you do for New Year's Eve?
we went out for dinner to Montana's with Melissa's family. Some of the best food I've ever had. The Montana's in Timmins, I hated it. But this one here, holy crap, the food was some of the best I've ever had.
Yeah, I've been there once. It was pretty good. It was a bit on the spicy side for me. But otherwise, it was actually really good food.
And then we went back to our place, and we thought, do we want to go out and do something? And we're like, no. So we had some drinks and played crib.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because we're old and we don't do that anymore.
That's right. Yeah. We could have gone out, but we didn't want to.
I could have gone out too, and I was like, nah, I'm staying home.
And she made me stay up till midnight.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh.
I was up,
Yeah.
but I was watching TV and knitting, and I totally missed it.
we-
I was busy knitting.
Yeah, no, we were cribbing and Umbrella Academy watching, and then we turned it off and we watched the ball drop with Ryan Seacrest on Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Nobody knows who Dick Clark is anymore, I'm sure.
No.
None of the young people. But we watched that, then we watched the ball drop. We opened the door to let the old stuff in and the new stuff out, or whatever. I said that backwards.
The thing there.
Yeah, you know,
Oh, and we went to that place there.
with the things.
Yeah, with the things.
And the stuff?
And the stuff.
What are you talking
and the
about?
people.
Oh, yeah?
The place I met you, Melissa, at.
What?
The place we went on Saturday.
Oh, we went to Vintage Co-op.
Vintage Co-op, that's it.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yes. And I got a little barrel with for booze with little mini cups.
Yep.
And
Which is silly and adorable.
yes.
And a very Sean thing to buy.
Yep, it was. And she got a cool little chair, which we were going to put with our records. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we got that all set up. The house is coming along. We're getting there. I just got to build some shelves to empty some more totes.
Yeah. You guys had left the room and when I went up to buy my stuff from that older gentleman in the second room we were in. And, or the first small room we were in, whatever. By his cash, there was this case of just little things under glass. And I was looking at them. And there was, I don't even know what it's called. You know the little thing that used to stick in the center of records?
Yes.
And then put it over the spindle? Mm-hmm. So there was one of those. Somebody's going to have to tell us what the heck that's called.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Anyway, there was a little yellow plastic one there, and it caught my eye because it was bright yellow. And I looked down, and I started laughing. And the guy said, what? And I was like, how much you want to bet? Anybody under 20 doesn't know what that is.
Right. Exactly.
Right? And then he told me that he believed that at first they started making them out of metal and then they switched to plastic later on.
Huh.
Yeah, and I was like, why would they have done that? And then it occurred to me that plastic actually wasn't widely used back then yet.
That's true.
So it's very likely that they did start out as metal.
That makes a certain amount of sense.
Yeah, I forget how new plastic is because we've always had it in our lives.
Yes.
But it literally, like, as a mainstream thing, happened right before our lives happened.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's a cool place I discovered this year, too. Vintage Co-op on Church Street in downtown Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, I want to go back when that other room is open.
Yeah, they got some cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, so overall, for me, maybe not so much for you, but for me, 2022, one of the best years I've had.
I'm just, well, I had stuff happen that needed to happen to get to better places.
True.
So I'm not against the year happening. It's just, I wish I could have not been sick so much.
And you're glad it's over.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a whole new year and a whole new life for me.
Perfect. Awesome. Anything else we want to talk about?
I don't think so. I think we covered just about everything.
I think we did. Listeners, if you have awesome things that happened to you in the year 2022, why don't you let us know at soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, maybe check out the YouTube channel so you can listen to all the podcasts there on YouTube. Look up Rusted Robot Toys or my name, Sean Vanderloo, and you can find it all right there. It's very exciting. And maybe leave a review in the podcatcher of your choice. But until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. And remember, I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is given a high five. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Soul Forge Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links. And don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Soul Forge Podcast is your best source for living your best life.
Think about it.
Hi. Sorry to interrupt. This is your captain? Our mission. To chart the stars. Push the boundaries of what is known. And what is possible.
I'm standing on the surface of a comet.
I love this job.
These people, this crew, I believe we can do anything.
You wanted to seek out new life. Go where the aliens are.
Your presence is blasphemy.
Let's talk about this. Find some
I think that went well.
Perhaps we should kiss.
That seems logical.
Maybe we don't touch anything else. Just a suggestion.
The whole future hangs in the balance.
No one can know the future. One can only follow one's instincts.
You're the best of Starfleet. Our ability to work together, that's our greatest strength. Let's show them what you got.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.